My name is Eugene Shatokhin, and I'm the International Advisor on the Livestock and Poultry for FAO of the UN. And I was invited by the regional office of FAO in Barbados to come to Grenada upon the request of the Minister of Agriculture of Grenada to explore the current situation in the poultry sector and to come up with the recommendations for the sector, maybe development and reorganization. We are working this week in Grenada together with Roberto.
Isaac Bagwan, Acting Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture. So the Ministry of Agriculture would have reached out to the FAO and ICA to provide some support as it relates to the fine-tuning of the poultry policy. As you are aware, the government of Grenada, the cabinet would have passed the poultry policy last year together with a work plan. However, we noticed that there are some gaps in the work plan, and as such, we have reached out to these two organizations asking for poultry export to be able to review the policy that was presented and the work plan, and to make some recommendations as to how we can strengthen that overall poultry policy. Also, it is instructive to note that we would have also, government would have signed on to the 25 by 25 CARICOM initiative. Of course, that have now been extended to 2030. As part of one of the area that we have flagged is the whole issue of the reduction in the import of poultry products. So that also is geared towards looking at that aspect in terms of how do we reduce our food import bill, in particular the import of poultry as one of the key protein that we take in our diet. So the team is here from, the expert is from FAO together with Roberto. They would be meeting this morning. They would have met with management of the ministry, in particular the livestock department. This afternoon they would be meeting with statistics and the Ministry of Trade. The following day they will be meeting with a number of input suppliers like Bristol. We'll be meeting with Hoggins. You'll also be meeting with Farm and Garden Center and Remington Thompson. So these input suppliers, they will be meeting with them to speak to them about the things that they import and the whole arrangements. The following day, they will be meeting with the distributors like Country Coals too, like bulk buy and others who are involved in the distribution aspect, again to get an understanding as to what is happening in the industry from their perspective and the issues of the various taxes and VAT and so. They also will be meeting with some of these producers, in particular the chicken in Crushu, St. Andrews. They also will be meeting with Excellent Farms and quite a number of medium-sized producers, again to get an understanding as to what is happening on the farm, and how can they increase their production level. Of course, they would also meet with other stakeholders like the Ministry of the Department of Statistics. They would meet with customs. They would want to meet with the Port Authority and other key stakeholders so that they could get a sense as to what is happening in the industry so that they could make some recommendation for the government of Grenada as it relates to the overall policy. As I've mentioned, the approach has been somewhat piecemeal. With that consultancy, it would bring all the pieces together so that we could present a revised plan to government and to say to government, these are the areas that we need to focus on. Of course, we all know that the poultry industry, while you have at least two large producers, predominantly the vast majority of producers are small producers. And again, looking at how do we ramp up the issues of production, how do you look at the issues of quality control, how do you look at the issues of marketing and related matters around that. So it would be a comprehensive approach. Of course, the government of Grenada would have allocated in this year's budget approximately $1 million towards the industry. we expect, of course, some recommendation to come forward as to how best we could utilize that fund to strengthen the industry. So all that is in an effort to strengthen the overall poultry policy and, of course, the whole issue of import and consumption of poultry products.
My name is Roberto Teleria. I work for FAO. I'm based in Barbados. I'm policy officer. We are here in a mission of a week trying to support the Ministry of Agriculture with a strategy to enhance poultry production at local level. We brought an international expert from Europe who has been working on poultry production for many years, and with his support we will try to identify through the consultations with local stakeholders what are the main bottlenecks and the real possibilities to improve local production, of course with the guidance of the Ministry of Agriculture and the technical officers from the ministry, field visits and other engagements with farmer associations and poultry producers. So we expect to generate the next step after this useful meeting with the PS Back One. We expect to generate a line of action which will involve the consultations and will involve the production of a document that will state the findings and recommendations.